Hi Emma, so thank you for coming with us today.
That's okay, thanks.
So, women in comedy.
Yes.
You were the first female footlight, which is a milestone in itself. But I'm curious about women in comedy today.
I wasn't the first female footlight.
You weren't?
No. In 1927, they allowed women into the footlights, and the review the following year was called No More Women.
Wow. Okay.
So, anyway, I mean, I thought there must have been women before me, surely.
Yeah.
Well, you know, that's really interesting. I'm going to have to look into it. How ghastly! Anyway, go on.
Do you think that structured your career, that kind of approach to women in comedy?
Well, it's a tricky one, women in comedy. We did have one thing that we did here. Sandy Talksvig, Jan Ravens, Annabelle Arden, and I did a all-female review, which Fry was very rude about because everyone wrote it, and he said, "Well, it's all female," but it wasn't a feminist review as such, although we were all feminists. It was just all female, and it was great, and it really worked well. But there weren't a lot of women in comedy, and it's still a very male bastion, particularly stand-up, actually. Yeah. But if you look at Miranda, there's quite a lot of women, particularly in America, coming through now. So it's getting better.
In comedy panel shows, like Have I Got News For You, the women kind of seem to be dominated by the men, and even the audience's reaction, sometimes they don't seem to get the same kind of laughter. Do you think that's society's view against women, or do you think it's harder for them in male-dominated environments?
Yeah, it is harder. I mean, I think that in the patriarchy in which we live, it's difficult because women are supposed to be sexually alluring. So you can't be sexually alluring and funny at the same time, or at least not many men. They find that because, you know, some of them are a bit unicellular on that level, they find their reactions get a bit confused. Oh, I'm laughing at her, but I'm drawn to her, but I want to find her funny. Oh, will not compute, penis in terrible state, just stop it now, stop trying to make me laugh when I want to shag you, I'm confused. Oh, you're fat, oh, well, that's all right then. There's that, you know, there was all of that, you know, and so it's complicated, and it's certainly absolutely to do with the fact that we, you know, are supposed to inhabit for very particular roles, and if you make people laugh, you actually, I mean, I don't see it like this, but actually it can be seen like this, and if you watch male stand-ups, it's often a kind of conquest, you know. Actually, laughter's the most blissful sharing of the ridiculous, of the daft, you know, the silliness. That can be such a, I mean, I only fall in love with people who make me laugh. Yeah. So, you know, that's the opposite. Whereas and there are some men who say the same thing. They would absolutely say, well, I want you, but actually I wonder. So, you know, again, I mean, I don't know the answer to any of this, but I think it's a very interesting area.
So do you think that dynamic between men and women, that limits the material that women can use in stand-up?
Well, nothing should limit the material women use.
But in terms of its reception from an audience, do you think there's some things that a man could say and be considered hilarious, but then a woman would say and it would be not quite the same?
Absolutely. I mean, all my material when I did a bit of stand-up when I was young was about sex, really, and about sexually transmitted diseases, which were very big at the time. I mean, they still are, obviously. But so there was a delight in it, you know. People sort of, but they were very kind of uncomfortable, didn't quite know what to do with themselves somehow.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Oh my God, that was
today. That was
so interesting.
Yeah.
Yes, and there's a great deal to explore. Yeah. And a great deal to do on that front. Yeah. Because if you go to Edinburgh, it's a festival there.
I am going to Edinburgh.
Oh, you are going. Okay. Well, then you must try and find as many female stand-ups as you can and see what they're talking about.
I agree.
What are they addressing?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.